I'm joined today by Lil Bianchi, the newly appointed chair of PainChek. Lil, congratulations on your appointment as chair of PainChek. What attracted you to this role at this particular time?
Well, thank you, David, and delighted to join you. Um, a lot of things led to me joining PainChek. I've got a bit of a mental checklist when I think about a board role. I've got a technology background, so I love, smart, innovative, bright products. But I'm also very much looking for, is there functional benefit for the customers and is there financial value for the shareholders? So that's one of the starting points. The health sector is just inspiring. It's transforming itself through technology more than perhaps any other sector. And it's doing it in a way that really does deliver benefit to patients. So it's a great sector. It's ripe for change. All of that fits into, PainChek's story. Another thing you can't, discount is the team. So are these people you want to spend time with? Are these people that can pull together, are capable and up for the challenge? And the answer is yes. And the last one is I personally definitely like a challenge. So I'm really looking forward to how we, pull through growth, pull through commercial success.
PainChek has secured FDA De Novo clearance and has immediate access to US CMS reimbursement. For investors who are unfamiliar with what that means, why is this such a pivotal moment for the company?
Oh, you can't operate in the US unless you do. You can't meet the standard for the clinical medical people, and without reimbursement, it's very difficult to get paid. So they're the two essential things that you need to break into that market. It's quite extraordinary for a small Australian company to go through the FD process as quickly and as efficiently as PainChek has. So that's a real, compliment to its regulatory approvals in other geographies and the large number of beds, large number of facilities where it's doing a great job.
Now, you've just guided fellow ASX listed company 4D Medical from IPO in 2020 to entry into the ASX 200. Not, I mean, a pretty substantial feat there. With significant US market penetration for the company now, what's the key lessons you're bringing to this role from that experience?
A lot, and yeah, we're delighted from 40 that we've got into the 200. I think the big lesson is to understand the sector and understand the process. So know how you get from your clinical trials, from regulation, FDA approval, actually out into the market and start making money. And there is a very clear pathway that you need to follow. So, I understand that pathway. PainChek is on that journey, and we will see the results from it. And classically, it is, you need to get your foundational customers. So, any customer is a good customer, but you are looking for customers who have a great reputation, are of significant size, and will not only, help you flourish in themselves, but they'll also help you break into the rest of the market. So for PainChek, Sabra, the recent announcement about Sabra absolutely is doing that. Two of the things that are very important. One is the clinical branding, clinical awareness, clinical proof points. You absolutely need those. And I'll probably talk a little bit about that later. And the last one is it really helps accelerate if you can build some good partnerships, good channels to markets, and PainChek has some of those already, integrations with companies like PainChek Chair, which has a really large presence in the US aged care facilities.
And how do you see the US opportunity unfolding, and what are the key commercial metrics for the next 12 months?
Um, It'll unfold in a fairly systematic way. We'll go through the process that I outlined. And I am really pleased to be able to say that on the back of the Master Services Agreement, which basically gives us the right to go in and sell within Sabra, we have already secured two nursing homes. And that's, just weeks after the Master Service Agreement was signed. So we're already making strides, we're getting results there. They will get implemented. We've got a pipeline of other homes within Sabra itself, and also looking at, well, what are the next providers that we can go after and target? So we've got a bit of an engine working. We're building our team in the US. That will continue to build up. But we'll push hard and really focus on Sabra clinics to begin with, and then move from there. So the immediate metrics in the US are get those bridgeheads, get established, being able to demonstrate both in US and in Canada that we can attract high value customers. We can get in there, implement, do a great job, and they will recommend us.
And PainChek has conducted 20 million digital assessments and is backed by peer-reviewed clinical studies. As you've said, the clinical validation is really important, and you do have an advantage there as you enter the US market. How does that differentiate PainChek from its traditional pain assessment peers and other methods?
Well, we're just completely different. We are unique. So we are the only digital assessment product in the pain space. That gives some very clear advantages. It's replicable, it's consistent, it's highly accurate. It gives you not just one point of assessment of pain, it gives you a process and an ongoing assessment of the patient. And it's very, very efficient of care workers' time. So care and medical practitioners, they love it. It's faster, it provides better quality. But what you just touched on there, David, is really important. We have built up this repository of data around pain assessment, and that's huge value to practitioners. You know, there is a lot of focus in the US and elsewhere around over medication, under medication, and these kind of resources can help practitioners out in the field to give better care, better cost-effective care. So the tool itself is fantastic, but the repository is something that's going to become more and more important.
Let's talk about priorities. What's your first priority as chair, and what's the investment case for PainChek as it scales in the North American market?
My first priority is to get more focus. It's a great team, it's a great company. I'm a believer that at this stage, in an innovation company's life journey, that you have to be very, very focused on the near and medium term. You always have to have an eye to what's next, but we really are at the point we've got traction going, so we need to focus. And the team is very receptive to that. So we'll look throughout how we run, how we operate to make sure that we're focused and we are going to deliver on that fantastic opportunity with Sabra and other pipelines. Also, I really believe in getting great partnerships. getting diverse channels to market. It's fantastic to have your own direct salespeople because they live and breathe it. They can talk the talk and walk the talk. But to scale, you need more than that. So we are certainly looking at widening our partnerships. We've got some great integration partnerships already in the US with people like PainChek Chair. Want to build on that, want to make sure those partnerships actually do a great job for them, the customers, and for us.
PainChek is clearly positioned at an inflection point. FDA clearance, CMS access, and a chair with proven medtech scaling experience. Investors will be watching closely as you execute the North American strategy. Lil, thanks for your time and best of luck.
Many thanks, David.